Hello, my beautiful, wonderful, lovely friends. Welcome in. Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to another reading. I'm so glad that you could join me here today. Um, if I sound a little bit different, it's because I am recovering from being under the weather. I know, deep sigh, deep sigh. But alas, I feel better today. Okay, hold on. That was random. I just got a phone call. So that could be significant. You could be getting a random phone call from someone just like wanting to check on the quality of something that you bought recently. I don't know. I also heard maybe your spirit team wants your guys are checking in on the quality of the relationship that they've brought to you. How are you liking it? Any concerns? That's funny. Anyways, I was saying I'm recovering from being under the weather. So if I'm coughing or there are a lot of clips and cuts in here, it's because I'm spitting or doing something equally gross or I needed a break. So yeah, just bear with me. Let's hope all is well because I feel fine. Well, as fine as I can be. But anyways, how are you? I hope you're doing well. As well as you can be, of course. Just lighten my sage a little bit more. Okay, back to it. I have tea. This definitely helps in my sinuses. So I'm getting so many notifications. It's so random. Way too hot to drink, so I am gonna let it cool. I'm not gonna be too crazy right now. Not too crazy. But anyways, I digress. This was a lot of chit chat for the beginning of a reading. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I'm actually so cozy. I feel like it's a problem. So I have many things I have around me today because I'm curious what kind of energies we're going to be tapping into. But I even brought out the pickle jar, y'all. The pickle jar has been transferred into here because it was just quite pickly smell wise. Not that it bothered me, but yeah. Also, I'm working on these zodiac cards for my card deck, and I'm using memes for them mostly, whenever I'm called to for the energy, truthfully. But if you know of any memes that you feel like describes a certain zodiac really, really well, please feel free to send it to me on Instagram. Not that I'm on there, but whenever I come across and see it, it'll be meant to be. All right. Whew. Angels, ancestors, and guides, thank you for bringing us here today, grounding us down into this energy. Thank you for the ability to see. Got ashes. Ashes. So I have my tarot. Let's see what comes out. I've seen the Emperor. I've seen the Ace of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles. There's definitely an offer. Eight of Pentacles. Someone's definitely been working really hard on something. I'm going to take this. We have the Hierophant. And this, the Star. Wow. This is very big energy here. I feel like the energy that I feel is that this is the culmination of something. A cycle has completed, has ended. I don't feel like you're like in the end of a cycle. I feel like a cycle ended sometime last year. It's definitely been months that you've kind of been in this in-between transitional energy. But you've stayed grounded nonetheless. You've worked really hard to gain mental clarity. If you're an overthinker or someone who has a tendency to overthink, I feel like you have really been working on that really hard during this transitional period. I feel like even though you're in this in-between space, you weren't doing nothing. You know, I'm getting, because I heard Kanye, it's always darkest before the dawn. So I'm getting, it's darkest before the light, but at the end of the day, you knew this light is coming. But this, it feels like you remained hopeful. You were still guiding other people throughout this, even though you were kind of like in this holding cell, I'm hearing. Um, you were still an inspiration. You were still providing charity to other people, guidance, inspiration. It's like, even though it was darkest before the dawn, you still shined your light and healed those around you with this star energy here. I feel like it was like you could not do it. I feel like you could resonate as I heard earth baby, but earth angel is what I meant to say. You could resonate as an earth angel. This definitely feels like this is your calling with the Hierophant here. It is what you are ordained to do. You are a healer. Aquarius energy is very significant here. I feel like I should be writing this stuff down whenever I'm channeling so that I can better have better descriptions for people to find the video. But alas, who it's meant for, it will find you. Here you are. Here you are. You still found joy in the journey, even though you became a little unclear on the purpose at some point. I'm getting a mind fog here, like a bit of confusion, but you still stayed the path, like the straight and narrow. Um, you may have even felt like at some point your protection was lessened. Pero God said no, it was a teachable moment. Um, you even sought advice, and this it stands out because you're not someone who typically, you're like a doer, right? You're someone who is like DIY, I can do it myself. It's like, it's not in an egotistical or prideful manner. It's just like you are not the type of person to put your burdens on other people. And whether they see it as a burden or not doesn't really cross your mind, because you're like, how do I explain, God? You don't ever want to be a burden to someone. So you'd rather do it yourself, and you'd rather struggle. I'm just like my sage again. You'd rather struggle than have to be a burden on someone else. I heard just kill me now. If I'm going to have to ask for help my whole life, just kill me now. That's what I heard. So I feel that you feel this energy because you are a healer, and you're a giver, right? A healer is someone who is in an energy of giving, and you have trouble receiving, which is where a big part of this lesson that you went through came from in this holding cell, because you have to have balance in all things that you do. So while you're a giver and you're called to give, you also have to be able to receive. And so that is what you're working on right now, asking for help, regardless of whether you think you need it or not. Spirit is saying you're not outsourcing and delegating enough. I'm getting a 10 of Wands energy here. You feel a little bit burdensome, like everything is on you, but it's because you're not delegating to your spiritual team. All right, they have the answers that you seek. These are 2 yeses here, and we have the 8 of Cups and the 7 of Cups right behind that. Yes, 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 yes. The answer is yes. I feel like I gave a message like this before. The answer is yes, beloved. You need only ask. I heard ask and you shall receive. But you're definitely in this learning phase. I'm getting a flamingo energy. The color pink could be significant. Florida could be significant. You're very talented. And I feel like because whatever this is that you do, okay, when I'm saying you're a healer, whatever this is that you do is so innate within you that it doesn't really feel like work. But right now it does, this Ten of Wands energy, and it's because you're doing it all by yourself. You're trying to like hold up the entire night sky on your own. This is giving me the energy of someone trying to heal their bloodline, but they're not using their ancestral guidance and protection to the best of their ability. So that could be significant here. There is a strong call to check in with your rituals, especially if you're someone that practices magic. I'm a strong believer that magic is intention. That's what makes it work. So check your intentions. Check your intentions. All right. With whatever this is that you have called in, it's already here. You know what I'm saying? I feel like with this Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles behind that, you still feel like there's work to be done. This is giving me like unchopped or cooked, and you're like, it's down to the last seconds, and you're like, let me keep working, let me keep doing more things, let me keep, you know, like let me keep going. And Spirit is saying you don't have to, you're allowed to rest, right? But I just feel like you're the type of person who you're like, rest, you know what could be being done right now? Which they love that about you, but at the same time, you cannot serve the collective how you need to if you are not properly cared for. So this is a call to check in with yourself. Where's your energy going? And are you pouring some of this love out to you? Right? Because you see her watering everything. But has she left any for herself? She got a little foot in there. She got a little foot in there. So she's trying. Okay. She's conscious. She is conscious. Let's see what else comes out. Curious energy. We got so much from just those two cards. I love that. Well, these few cards, I should say. Clip this string. It's gonna bother me. Dangerous. I'm hearing that song "Trance" by Metro Boomin, Travis Scott. You trying to hang with us? Sorry, I can't sing like I like to, y'all. I heard somebody wants to ice you out. That could be significant. Ooh, determination. Someone's determined. I feel like you don't even see them coming towards you because you are so busy. You are so preoccupied here, but this person has called eternal justice on this. They said, that's mine. That's it. Unity, spirituality, guidance. With moral requirements, it's like this person told the universe, if you gonna have me down here and you gonna have me putting up with this shit, I better have my person. All right? And we better be making spiritual progress because all this spiritual progress I'm making, I feel like someone's doing the work for you, perhaps. You don't even see it. Your head is down. I feel like you sense it energetically, spiritually, but you can't see it with your eyes. There's some kind of distance here. Dissonance, I should say. But this is a pure relationship, and you guys teach each other how to love. You guys teach each other what should and should not be accepted when it comes to love. And the journey may have felt similar to other journeys you've had. But this is an obedient connection. This is God ordained. Period. This is a God ordained union. And there is hella healing coming to it and balancing happening right now. And the balancing act that is happening is you and your person literally doing that shadow work in that in between, in that holding cell. Oh, that's the holding cell before union. Interesting. Love that. My tea cooled. Mm. Like, what is all this stuff floating around here? Lemon, duh. Okay. Let's keep going. We're going to keep pulling. 1838 when I just looked up at the clock. Love that. Love that for us. Okay. But that's just confirmation from my spirit team. We're on the right track. Anything else you want to tell us about this Hierophant? For those two cards to be pulled out, it's like unseen. Again, that's just the energy I feel. Two people doing the work, bringing about, these are both major arcana. Two people doing the work, bringing about change on a societal level by doing the work internally and in their households and homes around them. And yeah, these are two people growing into their God powers. And they don't even see it. I love that. But I feel like it's not meant for you guys to see it at this time because um, something is being bridged together, an answered prayer. God is answering a prayer for healing. If you've been praying to be released in the physical from a job or the workforce, and you're praying to be in your creative bag, that answer is being prayed. That prayer is being answered, is what I meant to say. That answer is being prayed. That was hilarious. I don't know why that's so funny to me. That answer is being prayed. Whoever you are, you're a bit conservative, and God has you stripping all that shit. If you were a religious being, you've been called down the path of spirituality. And the difference between religion and spirituality is spirituality strips ego. Religion builds ego. That's my opinion. That's what I heard. Literally, Ace of Swords. Guy said she right. I said what I said. Gemini could be significant. Aquarius could be significant. And it's so in the Six of Cups just kind of like fell out my hands with the Page of Swords behind that. Okay. It says success, decision, start. Yeah. This Ace of Swords, coming out of the Hierophant, it says, where is it? I was trying to find it. Reach the goal, overcome obstacles, radical change. Remember, I said someone who is, the word that came to mind was revolutionizing, but that's not what I said. Someone who's revolutionizing the world by starting on themselves and in their home. But it says beginning of success and perfect timing. Whatever this is that's coming together is God ordained. And oh my God, I just dropped that call. Ooh, and now I can't reach. That star card. Blue. But I was gonna say, all these stars on here, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 stars. That's infinity. That's completion. The loop has closed. Not to be reopened again. So it could be the culmination of 8 answered prayers. I heard 8 ancestral prayers. I feel like the obstacles are being have been overcome, but you're so busy right now in this deep healing of the self. I feel that you have bared yourself naked. Okay. All of the ego you have shed as much as you can on this realm and level of existence that you are experiencing currently. Yeah, harmony, reconciliation, old friends, a sincere talk, get together again, cause and effect, warm reunion. So someone wants to bring truth and clarity to a connection. Someone has definitely been called by God, by the Holy Spirit, to bring you truth and clarity about some kind of spiritual progress, something that they learned. There's something that the Holy Spirit is telling this person they have to tell you. But it might bring about a reunion. It might be, your reaction might be different than this person expects it to be. Again, nothing but yeses out here. Cancer energy here. This person was stubborn. 4 of Cups. They were like, no, I don't want love. They had their heart broken. And they were like, I'm just going to sit at this tree and I'll be single for the rest of my life. This is someone who challenges the universe. They're like, dare me. Say I won't. And the universe is like, we know you will, but you'll be miserable. And they're like, I'd rather stand for something than fall for everything. I can't. This person's hilarious. They're definitely very tapped into their spirit team. They don't think they are, but they are. Like, communicate on a daily. This person is learning. That's something else that they want to tell you, that they're learning how to allow, they're learning that life is the sum of our choices. And they've learned how to allow the Holy Spirit to lead their choices, which is why they're bringing you this truth and healing to this relationship and connection. Because something just would not sit right within their soul and spirit if they didn't. I'm getting into my channel messages deck, and we're going to see what they want to say. At the bottom, we have don't chase, attract. So maybe at some point you were chasing this person, and Spirit said, nope, fall back. Or chasing this connection, whatever it is. Like I said, it is 8 different answered prayers. So maybe it was a multitude of things. I get that you were in the energy of doing as a giver, and Spirit said, it's time to receive. Girl, block the number. Turn your D&D on. I said block the number. It says I block. Keep shit cute and positive, or don't say shit at all. That's hilarious. Yeah, that's the Ace of Swords. So you taught this person, with you stripping yourself bare, you taught this person how to stand in their absolute truth. I get that they were dying on a lot of hills with that whole, I'm just going to sit here and not do blah, blah, blah. But Spirit's like, you're dying on the wrong hill here, brother. So I took a tea break and some cards came out, and I have a better picture of this story now. So this is what had happened. You start over here doing your healing work, healing the world, changing the world. Somebody wanted to come towards you with commitment. Spirit said, that is my child. Look at that hand posture. That is my child. You can't just walk into the Garden of Eden and demand her hand. Nigga, you got work to do. Work to do. So then, the universe strip this person or is stripping this person of their ego. They're a willing participant, right, with the star energy. Because Spirit said, hey, I block. So you going to keep this shit cute and positive or don't say shit at all. You going to come with authentic, pure natures and intentions for this connection or don't come at all. And this person said, with that Four of Cups, all right, move around then. I'm good. I wanted to stay single for the rest of my life anyways. Spirit said, okay, bet. We're going to move around. Told you to back off. Told you to heal. That's a better word. Told you to heal. And when we're healing ourselves, we can't be in other people's pots and other people's businesses. So you were very distracted. I feel like even your spirit team gave you a lot of tasks, like a lot of, because remember I said I was feeling 10 of Wands. They gave you a lot of responsibilities, distractions, if you will, but they were all to your purpose. So it wasn't like placebo or anything, like it was real work, but they gave you enough to distract you from whatever this was. Spirit told this person, look what this card say. If you want a whore, buy one. If you want a queen, earn her. So Spirit said you cannot come over here with all of that fuckery and buffoonery. You can keep the shit cute and positive or get the fuck on. You can be transparent or move around. There's no other options. There's no, we're going to see where it goes and we're going to play it by ear. No. No. Spirit said everything I do is a long time. We don't play shit by ear. We're doing it or we're not doing it. I don't cast my pearls amongst swine and I don't have unfruitful harvests. We're doing it or we're not doing it, period. And this person had to do a lot of cutting off with the Ace of Swords here. That is the two-edged sword of the tongue, okay? But they learned, and which is what you have taught them, because they've seen you bare your soul to the world, that it is better to be a wolf that everyone hates than a donkey that everyone rides. So this person definitely went on a journey with Spirit. With the Six of Cups here, they did so much fucking inner child healing. This person was not doing any inner child work at all, okay, when this connection came about. They weren't doing anything. So they had a lot of work to do, you know. They were behind. Let's say it like that. They were behind. Because they were not aware that they create their reality. So it kept falling apart to get their attention. And Spirit's like, when are you gonna tap in? When are you gonna tap in? Because this is you and that person. This is you, the star energy, and this is that person, the Hierophant Emperor energy. Remember, we've seen the Emperor at the beginning. Here's you and your mini Empress, mini Nine of Pentacles energy. And this person's like, you see those 4 cups, 5 cups? There's the 6th. This person has something to bring you. Oh my gosh. Didn't I say with that fucking sword? I can't make it up. It literally says fight for your fairy tale. These are 2 swords on here. I don't even know how to draw a sword, so I don't know how this even happened. But it literally says fight for your fairy tale. That's what God told this person. You gonna fight for it. Because I heard Meg's song when she says, shit, if you want to see my nails done, shit, nigga, pay for her. So it's that energy. God's like, you want a queen? Earn her. It's that simple. You asked for a queen. You said you was tired of dealing with these bottom busted whores down here. I heard down here. So you manifested a queen. But you thought you was just going to come in with your fly shit and do what you normally do. And Spirit said, literally cackled and said, hey, you said you didn't want no more whores. So here's a queen. Go ahead, put in the work, Betty. This is hilarious, and I think it's so funny with this person and their spirit team because this person was so for sure that they were not going to do the work. This person was so for sure that they're going to be single for the rest of their lives. They're not going to have any connections. They were just going to, what's the word? They were just going to, they didn't say be a player, but they were just going to play the field. That's what I heard. Play the market. Just play the field for the rest of their lives. Ain't done out here no way. Until you accidentally manifested something. Affirmation. Everything I need today, I have. Everything I will need tomorrow will come. I'm winning now and will be winning then too. This person opened up your crown chakra. That's what I'm getting here. You just see the world in a different way. Here's that don't chase, attract card again. What is this? Too much accessibility. Yeah. You were too accessible. You were way too accessible. People was all up in your energy, doing whatever the fuck they wanted to do, treating you and everyone around them however the fuck they want. This is giving me a family that was uh on a rampage of evil. This is giving me a family that was running unchecked and unaccountable for what they were doing to those around them, literally causing generational traumas. And so Spirit also said, remember, this is a star energy I'm giving you. Do you see anybody around this star? Will she be able to do her work if she's constantly being distracted by mere mortals? Yeah, so you're going to have to clean up your area, clean up your section from all the dusties, right? Because Ace of Swords, with God, there is no lukewarm, playing the field, riding the fence. You make your decision and you move on. This is giving me a person that was doing the work. And so this is what this person is coming to tell you is all the shit that they've learned on this journey of healing and self-love. Literally says on a different journey than you. Quite literally. Because you've done the work. Now you're healing those around you. Been the one, second hottest only to the sun. Payday, somebody could be getting money soon. Yeah, they said you've been the one, second hottest only to the sun. Okay, at the bottom here it says, any love I made you feel is yours to keep. So this person's like, hey, even if we don't end up together, the feelings were real. Everything about everything that y'all have experienced is real. That's what they want to tell you. It says talent doesn't disappear, passion does. So this is giving me the energy of like true love doesn't disappear, just the passion for like wanting it, of believing in your fairy tale and all those kinds of things. You know, I get that this person was like broken from their childhood, the things that happened to them romantically, sexually, relationship wise, the things that happened to them in their childhood like turned off their, I heard olfactory system. But what I meant was like their love system to receive love. This person has no problem giving love. They're like, hey, I give y'all the love all day. But they don't like to receive it because they question it. And they're like, I don't really want to go through all of that, like questioning people's intentions and stuff like that for me. So I'm going to just stay at bay. First rule of Light Club, shine, bitch, shine, and show everyone. Yeah, so Spirit was like, there's too many people in your energy, but you're too closed off and not open up enough. You're not shining. This is giving me somebody that was snuffled by darkness, quite literally. You're assuming, I feel like I said this earlier when I said your gift is just natural, so you don't think it's special. It says, you're assuming your gift is not special because it's natural. If it flows too easily, you convince yourself it's nothing. But the truth is, ease is the gift. What's obvious to you is revelation to others. And y'all, that was actually behind that. It literally says work, 9 to 5 job. Didn't I say you were being relieved? Can't make it up. I was about to say that the card right before that one was a really hard lesson for me to learn, because we're taught the things that we are comfortable in and that bring us ease are what we're supposed to be running from or outgrowing or avoiding, right? So it's kind of like a hard lesson to learn what that meant exactly. You know what I'm saying? This person could also be telling you that they got a 9 to 5 job because they want to work on this. So it could have been someone who was like into very unconventional means of making money, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, I went and got a real job for you, bitch. A real 9 to 5 job. I'm clocking in. I'm a blue collar man. There's beauty in everything, even if you cannot see it. Yeah, this was a person who used the word never like so freely. I'm never going to a 9 to 5. I'm never getting married. I am never settling down. I'm never having kids. Like, they use never so freely, and their spirit team just cackled every time because they knew what their path was. Confusing intensity with intimacy. Definitely being learned. Forgive yourself for all those times you tore up pieces of your own heart in order to mend another human being, hoping that it would heal them and nourish them and make them better or happier. Forgive yourself for wanting to save the people you loved. That's the big one that this person learned. Remember, I said they're a giver. And they thought they were doing the right thing by giving. But at a certain point, they begin to cast their pearls among swines, and it was not giving at that point. It was being used, it was being taken advantage of. And that, let me tell you right now, don't nothing, I'm not going to say piss God off more because I don't think that he associates with human emotion that way. But I'm going to say nothing triggers the ancestral realm more than a spiritual chosen being being used, especially by NPCs, demons, generational warlocks, hating ass family members, whoever it is. I'm going to tell you right now, nothing pisses your ancestral team off more. All right. I'm just going to get into this, get some messages of, I don't know, advice, upliftment, clarity, whatever. Let's get it from your ancestral team, and we're going to wrap it up. This one's kind of long. This person has a lot to tell you. I really could keep going, but I feel In Spirit has told them they got to come tell you. No more side messages and not intuition, and telepathy and all of that. That's cute, that's cute, that's cute. But at a certain point, they have to ground it into the 3D, and that's what they're being called to do. All right, let's go for the first one that fell out. I think this was the first one that fell out. I rock, I roll, I bloom, I grow, you glow. This song is called Where the Flower Blooms by Tyler the Creator. Alt music could be significant. Tyler the Creator could be significant. Hey, you rock, you roll, you bloom, you grow, you glow. Keeping with the pink theme. Oh my God, there's so much about letting your light shine. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. That's you, babe. That's you. You're the star energy. You are the epitome of divine love. I heard you remind people that there is good in the world and that God does exist. Oh, it says on next like a strep, baby. Strep could be significant. That ain't me. That ain't me. Her throat, baby. This life is a gift. What do we have to do? What do I have to do? Oh, there we go. This life is a gift. Ooh, there's so many messages about light here. Be the light in the world, not of the world. We love you. Ooh, I can't believe I pulled out this bowl. This is crazy. So the pickle jar came about sort of towards the beginning of my spiritual journey. So these are very old messages and prayers. Well, very old to me because I have shifted so many timelines since 2021, which is when I wrote this message. So I'm going to read it. It's a prayer that I have for God. I prayed it and it worked. So I wrote this to God on March 30th of 2021 at 11:40 p.m. Dear God, please give me the strength, will, and capacity to love every soul you send my way. Sheesh, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. Truthfully and unconditionally. I pray I am introduced to my divine brother and I am able to receive and understand his wisdom, truth, guidance, and love. In Jesus' name, amen. So, yeah. This was when I was building and creating a collection with Hosanna. Blessed be the name, O rock of our salvation. I was about to go into a spiel about this, but I don't feel the need to. This was me asking for the capacity of love that Jesus had in his heart. And I gained it. I gained it. Let me tell you something. I definitely gained it. And then I realized that part of it was my capacity to love because I had closed myself off, right? From love and from the world, from, blah, blah. Because it was like, well, if this is what it is, it's icky. I don't want it. Anyways, especially as an empath, you might have experienced this. But anyways, so I was like, there's only one person that I know of, that I was taught, who has the capacity to love people, regardless of where they're from, their stature, what they had to offer, or how they came across him, and it was Jesus. And so that's what I prayed and I asked for, and I received it for sure. And then I realized that not everybody deserves your love. That was another lesson I learned from that. Some people, we're taught everyone deserves to be saved. Everyone deserves love. Everyone, no, because it gets to a certain point of casting your pearls among swines. Some people don't want love. They just want to take it from you so that you can't dispense it and give it. So that could be something that you have learned, are learning, or that this person is learning. It says, how can I first serve myself? Yeah. So now knowing Jesus thoroughly, I know that he realized the way out was within. So he started serving him, and that's how the world changed. This is Jaden, Lost Boy. So yeah, you could have felt lost. I was a lost boy. Know that you are a child of the universe. You felt lost because you're in the world, not of the world. You're not like these people. You're not a regular. How strange that nature does not knock and yet does not intrude. Beautiful. 38. You are special. Your spirit team is sending you hella messages right now. I feel like you're getting them, but maybe you're like, it's too good to be true, or I've heard this before, or yeah, there's like some kind of disbelief. It says manifest truth, a higher detached perspective, the removal of deceit, shadows, and illusions in this situation and connection, and bring victory and success and stability. Period. Make sure you pray that. And whatever I say, take it to God. Take it to your higher power. Even a journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. Yeah. There was a lot of fear in this connection. It had to be cleaned and cleansed out because it did not belong to y'all. Another Jaden. Iris. Ooh. The streets will eat you if you let your ego defeat you. With this, I leave you. He or she who seeks good will ultimately have to go through what is opposite but equal. Hey, I gotta let that sit with y'all. For the ones that get it, you get it. That's not one of the ones that I can explain publicly, I should say. Talking to plants is one way of talking directly to spirit. I heard that Janae Aiko song, if you talk to your plants will talk to you. From the inside out, from the metaphysical to the physical. What song is that? It's on her Tulumbo album. Mm-hmm. Accept the challenge you are facing. It may become your greatest gift. That's what you're doing right now. You're a star. You are a freaking star. You don't have to look too far if you want to know where you are. I'm a star. The movie Wish could be significant. Okay, we're going to cut it there. This was a long one. Thank you so much for tuning into this reading. I hope you got what you were meant to get from here when you came here. I love you very much, and I will see you again in another